So my name's Elijah, and as a fat guy getting into the gym, there were three things that really stopped me from going to the gym. I had tried it before, I tried other methods of losing weight and getting into better shape, and the motivation is what really killed it for me. But now I've been going to the gym for about 2 months, and these things are problems that I felt like I was running into, and hopefully it'll inspire someone like you, someone else who's fat like me, so we can take this journey together. The first thing I want to talk about instantly is being self-conscious. Now, I'm very self-conscious, especially when I was at my heaviest. When you go to the gym, there's a lot of people there. There's potentially a lot of eyes on you since you're the fat guy going to the gym. And I'm here to just dispel that. It's not true. I'm sorry, it's just not true. When you go to the gym, if anything, people are supportive of you because they see your weight, they see you coming to the gym, and they're like, okay, this person wants to change how they look. They obviously want to go the right way, lose the weight, and they want to better themselves. So they're really supportive. They help you on their form, they give you advice, they give you words of encouragement. Obviously, it doesn't happen a lot of the time, mainly because people are kind of focused in on their own selves. And that's also what I want to talk about. People, they might glance at you for a couple of seconds, but they're not looking at you specifically. People just look around a lot of the time, especially in between sets or if they're on the treadmill. They just look around a lot. It's not because they're trying to focus on you or, belittle you, make fun of you. It never happens at the gym. As someone who's fat, when I first went to the gym, I kind of felt it more when people were looking at me. But all it took was a couple seconds to realize that they weren't really looking at me specifically. And I feel like being self-conscious just comes along with being fat at the gym because you don't want to feel like, people are putting you out of place. But you're not out of place. It's a shared space. You're going to get looked at once in a while. It's not really that big of a deal. Don't extrapolate anything from it. It doesn't mean anything. The second thing I want to talk about is the eye test. How you view yourself. Two things can either happen. Either A, you'll see improvements drastically and you'll take your foot off the pedal, or B, you won't see any improvement or much improvement that you can notice off rip, and it demotivates you. Everyone's bodies are different. It's important that you take your time, you figure out what you need to do, and you get it done. The eye test is one of the biggest manipulators out there because it can really cloud your judgment on what you think your progress is. Don't use your eye test as a measure of success or failure. Judge your ability if you're losing weight. Judge by ability to walk for longer distances, do more inclines. If you're trying to lift weights, base it off how much more you can lift than before. Base it on how long you can lift these weights that you were struggling to lift before. Things like that. Don't base it off if you look physically stronger, if you look like you're slimming down, because that might demotivate you or motivate you even more. But the last thing I want to talk about is never settle for anything, alright? If you go to the gym and you're struggling to lift a 30 kg arm curl, you're struggling, and you keep at it, and eventually you're able to do it properly and you're able to do a rep set of it, lift the weight up now. Never settle, because if you settle, you are not going to see any type of progress at the gym. When I first started, leg extension, I was horrible. I could barely do 20 kg of 3 sets of 20 kg. I couldn't do it. I swear my leg was burning me. Now after 2 months, I'm doing 40s because you don't settle. Once I got used to 20s, I automatically went up. And that's the point. Never settle for what you feel like your limit is. Always try and push your limit. If you can't run for 10 minutes straight on a treadmill, the first time you do it, move it up to 12 minutes, move up to 15 minutes. Always try and push your body not to the limit because you don't want to fucking max out and have some health issues. Always try and push yourself to that next boundary because that's what's really gonna not only improve your physical condition but improve your mental condition too. It does nothing but positives. If you stick at a level that you're comfortable at, you're never really gonna push through to the next boundary. You're never really gonna increase your max lifts or increase your strength by that much. You're not going to increase your aerobic qualities or aerobic quantity that much. You're just going to stick at a level of comfortability. Your body's going to get used to that level of comfortability and you're not really going to go anywhere. Final word for all the fellow fat people watching this who are still not motivated enough to go to the gym. I'm going to be so real. The first couple weeks you go to the gym, you're not going to see much improvement. It just is what it is. You're not going to see much improvement, especially if you're not just doing cardio. But one thing I will say, I just feel like I'm doing more with my life. I'd wake up at around 10, 11 o'clock and then go to work, come back, play some games, and that's it, really. Now I feel like I'm doing a lot more with my time. You don't have to go every day. I don't go every day. I probably go like 3 times a week, around that. But it's the consistency you need to keep up. The main thing is consistency and getting out your comfort zone, because a lack of motivation will kill you. And a lot of the times, I don't even bank on having motivation, because there's so many times you wake up and you don't feel like you're going to the gym, you don't feel like working out, you just want to go back to sleep. And I force myself to get up and go to the gym. If you don't take yourself to the gym, no one's going to force you to go there, and we're going to keep living as fat people. Deep down inside, none of us want to be fat. I know I don't. And I know that it's completely my fault as to how I got into this position. Once we shed this fucking fat and our bodies get better, our confidence is going to go crazy. And since we already got the personality, oh my God, come on, bro. Let's lose this weight, my fellow fat niggas. Come on.
I'm not a savior nor a saint. Told 30s and sticks with an open case. I try to behave when I know I can't. So purpose of this is to motivate. What's the ticket? Shit we can negotiate. Take a toke of the law while I pull the drink.